And I think Forex still delivers that. It's still by far the most liquid market in the world.
Why do you think that is? Like, do you think it's interesting that the Forex market's meant to be very volatile, and it can be very volatile? It tends to be actually quite a quiet market. And people think it's risky because of the leverage, but in my take is that it's central banks want things to be quiet and stable. So there are forces working behind the scenes to keep the Forex market quiet and stable. What's your take on the Forex market right now? Do you think it's going to carry on like this, or do you see some kind of catalyst on the horizon that might liven things up a bit?
The only analogy I have to the cyclical volatility is the equity markets. There are periods when the equity markets are very quiet, and there are periods when it's roaring. And in the early 70s, there was a period where the equity market was so dead quiet that people doubted the validity of the market. They thought the equity market
My
had ceased to
uncle was
exist.
a stockbroker in the early 70s. Like, he was just getting going, and
Yeah.
he tells great stories about how they were all sitting there just waiting to die, basically. And he said it
Yeah.
was the worst thing you could possibly imagine.
It was the OPEC oil crisis around that time, I think 73. I'm sure, all sorts of geopolitical events going on. And it would have been the best time for anyone to have bought into any equity index anywhere in the world, especially the US. But it was a great time. And I think therein lies the paradox. When I look at a Forex chart, I strip away expectations of volatility. I see charts with actual chart patterns, charts with clean support and resistance levels, charts that still make trends. And over the decades since retail Forex emerged in the early 2000s, Forex has become a cheaper asset class to trade. The spreads have collapsed. Like, I remember a cheap spread used to be 3.5 pips on GBP USD and
Yeah.
Euro USD. And now it's like sub pip, 0.2, 0.4, maybe 0.7, depending on your balance and your broker. And it's consistent. And I think, are you looking for action or are you looking for profit?